Richie, how are you? You all right?
Well, how are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. I was taking some family advice. I have family down in Ballyraggett. My missus all her lot of that. So I've been introduced to the Kilkenny world of hurling over the past few years, where
Oh, that's
you walk
good.
down the street and everybody has a hurl in their hand, whether they're going to the shops or the church or whatever. So it's brilliant to see. Listen, it's been a strange few years, I suppose, for Kilkenny. Things have turned around. I want to ask you about that in a few minutes, but I suppose let's kick it off with pre-season. How's that been overall? You know, January's kind of done now nearly. We're hoping a bit of lighter and brighter weather is on its way.
Yeah, the pre-season has been probably a hard slog. As I said to the previous lads, it's our probably first pre-season in a number of years, probably 4 or 5 years, as we've been with the club there in the club campaigns. So yeah, the last number of weeks, months, we've trained hard, probably a lot of running, a lot of gym work and stuff done. And now we're just getting into the hurling side of things now, which we're really looking forward to.
Do you think that might be a benefit? The fact that Ballyhale were out earlier than usual, shall we say, and that the team has kind of come together and maybe there's been a bit more focus on the county earlier on than maybe normally would have been.
Yeah, it's a different year, all right. I suppose, look, as personal, you want to stay going as long as you can with the club, and that probably, look, it took a few weeks to get over that. But once we got into the first week or two of the training, yeah, you turn your mind towards it a lot more. Especially the last few weeks, I kind of enjoyed the training. Your body, every session that you're going to, like you're becoming stronger, you're becoming fitter. And look, I think it will benefit us a lot, alright, because the past few years we haven't got that training into us, so it is good to get into the body now this year.
Yeah, good stuff for the group to get together. Listen, I suppose it's kind of Derek's second probably full year now in charge. So has there been maybe lessons learned, a few changes made, tweak into this, not to just the tactics, but to even the basic stuff like your training sessions and different things?
Yeah, it's every year is a learning curve there. Look, certainly Derek has come in there, brought a new freshness to it. Look, the first year he's probably kind of bouncing off the kind of the same things that been happened the last few previous years. But certainly this year Derek has brought a new life to it, things that he wants to bring forward and what the team has to work on themselves. He's after bringing in probably a lot of new faces into the squad there of younger players, and he's kind of putting a push on them to kind of develop them lads further and try to get the few of them onto the team and onto the panel. And then certainly, look, we have the lads that Thomastown winning the Leinster or the Club of Ireland Intermediate, and Tuller winning the junior, and then we had O'Loughlin's narrowly losing the Club of Ireland. So we have 12 players from them teams coming back into us. So they only came back in this week, so we had 12 players from that.
So are you trying to tell us there's a few rough diamonds there, youngsters who are coming in that we're going to have to watch over the next few years? A few young Henry Shefflins on the way.
Yeah, look, you're hoping so. You're hoping so. Look, as we have positions on the team, like you want them players to be stepping up to the challenge and putting their best foot forward. And look, we have the league coming up now, and it's going to be taken very seriously. And look, there's huge chances for them players to step up to the challenge.
I suppose if we look at Kilkenny's, I grew up through a golden age of Kilkenny hurling. You talked about hurling, it was always Kilkenny were the ones that, the first team that would come to, the top of the list. Obviously, it's been a bit different over the past few years. You're kind of chasing Limerick. Everybody, I suppose, is chasing Limerick. You've seen both sides of that. So how is it different now to being on the other side?
Yeah, it's different. It's hard. When I first came in, my first 2 years, we won the All-Ireland, and it's great there. It's great. Like, it's unbelievable. You think it's going to happen the whole time. But yeah, the last few years we haven't. We fell short probably in a couple of All-Ireland semi-finals to get to the All-Ireland final. Then the last 2 years we've got to the All-Ireland final and came up against Limerick, which are the team out there that everyone is hoping to beat and get on top of. It's tough, but look, you did enjoy it. We took a lot of hurt from last year's All-Ireland, and you kind of just want to build on it there for this year. And look, there's a lot of hard work to get back to an All-Ireland. There's a lot of good teams out there. There's probably 5 or 6 teams that can get to that All-Ireland final, which are good enough. So look, we just have to concentrate on ourselves there. We have a panel of players there that we want to work hard for the league. We know that the league has changed. There's going to be a Division A and B next year. So look, we want to keep our best foot forward and try win as much games as we can in the league and try build a team then as well.
Is that hurt something that's been spoken about and that's kind of kept current to keep, I suppose, the fire and the drive going on those long, hard nights of, the long runs or whatever, that hurt of, getting so close to Limerick at one stage? Because I remember in the All-Ireland final, I watched it. There was a time where it was like, this is going Kilkenny's way. Then the balance shifted again. And, as you said, you have two, you know what it's like to win. And the younger lads are probably, not at that stage yet.
At stage, in Ireland, you think you're going to have it. But look, that's what the champions do. Teams like Limerick, they come back fighting. You could be on top of them for 50 minutes or so, and then they just turn it on with the last 10 minutes or so. You just have to keep going to the final whistle.
Listen, obviously Limerick do set the standard. Can you tell us what is the gap, do you think, in your eyes, between yourselves? Because you're kind of next in line. Yeah, look, I don't think the gap is massively huge. Look, Limerick are the team that are up there at the top, and it's for every team in the country to go up there. Look, I think every day any team can beat anyone in the championship. It's just who rightly gets themselves in the best position. You just have to train hard, get your team, as over the years, teams pick up injuries there and stuff. Look, certainly, look, I don't think that there's a massive gap there between all the top teams. And lots has been made of their resources, their sponsorship, and all this sort of stuff. But you feel, as a county, that you have enough, I suppose, experience and also the nows from people like Derek, from yourself, the senior players, and also the talent that is in the county, because it is such a hurling county, to close that gap. And is that the number one aim this year? Has that been spoken about, that Kilkenny is, Limerick, they're on a dartboard somewhere and that's what you're going for? That's the main aim.
Yeah, well, it's not really a dartboard. It's look, you have targets. Win a team for each year. Look, our main aim is now with the league is to get to the league final, and you take that competition now. But then look, after that, then you're focusing on the Leinster, and then after that you have the championship. Certainly, we'll look back on the All-Ireland there from last year and see where and what we could have done better. Where we have to improve on. Certainly Derek and the lads will have that, and we'll be putting that towards us. And look, the last few, probably week or two, they have been kind of putting ideas in our heads.
Good stuff. I know you're not going to tell me those ideas. I'm sure they're secret. But look, we'll move on to the league and the opener game. Because we get back to last year, what a game that was between yourselves and Wexford. 9 goals, wasn't it, shared between the two? It's an absolute cracker of a game. Are you expecting more fireworks to open the league against them? They're going to be up for it. They're one of the teams kind of closing in.
Yeah, certainly they are. They had a good Welsh Cup campaign. They probably have a number of players out injury wise. Some of their main lads as well. Look, there's always that bit of a bite between Kilkenny and Wexford the last few years, and they probably they probably have got the winning margin over us the last few games. And look, we have them in Nowlan Park now this Sunday, which will be a massive game. And look, we'd be hoping, the way the league is now, you're hoping to get points straight away. So yeah, we'd be hoping for a big performance, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And listen, finally as well, again, from your senior head on you, you're a good person to ask. Do you think this could be a winning year for Kilkenny? Do you think there's enough there that you've made enough progress to take home some silverware, whether that be league or All Ireland or both? Where do you think you are?
Yeah, I think, look, we're rightly up there. Look, we're grounded people down here, and grounded players in on the team. We're not going to get too carried away. We kind of have to focus on ourselves. Look, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of, as I said, look, we have a lot of players to come back into the team there and stuff. So look, we're building nicely. We'll take it competition by competition and see where it gets us.
Richie, listen, best of luck. I'm sure I might appear in a couple of matches this year.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Sure, but I'll be supporting you anyway. Best of luck for the league campaign and enjoy the game against Wexford. We'll chat to you soon.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Richie.